Welcome to In Good Company, a series of short conversations from the ABA section of dispute resolution with host and section chair Liz Hill. I'm Daniel Serviansky, a member of the ABA DR section, serving in leadership as the Joint Programming Officer and co-chair of the Legal Education Committee. Today, I am guest host of this edition of In Good Company, and I have the honor of interviewing Liz Hill. Liz is the Director of Communications and Development at MWI, where she leads efforts to elevate the visibility of their ombuds, mediation, and training services. She is a certified organizational ombudsman practitioner, a trained mediator, and an attorney. Liz serves as chair of the American Bar Association section of dispute resolution. Liz, welcome to In Good Company.
Thanks, Danny. I appreciate the introduction.
And where are you joining us from today, Liz?
Yeah, so today I'm at home. I currently reside in Boulder, Colorado.
Boulder, Colorado.
hmm
And Liz, what called you to this work?
Yes. So if I'm being 100% honest, I found my way here a bit by accident. I started out, as you noted, as an attorney and realized pretty quickly that I did not really enjoy the adversarial nature of litigation. So a colleague happened to refer me to an open ombudsman position in Arizona, something I had never heard of at the time. And it completely changed my career path. It was actually a classical ombudsman role, and it was a specialized role that by state statute did require a licensed attorney. So it was a great fit. I still got to use my legal training, but it was really more in a way that aligned with who I am. I was able to help educate people about certain areas of the law, listen to people as they express their concerns and disputes, and really help people navigate conflicts informally. And that's when I realized that that's what I enjoy doing.
It sounds like a wonderful bit of happenstance. And what excites you most about your role? You're chair of the section. What excites you most
Oh
about
my
that role?
gosh. Yes, that's a hard question. There's so many things, so much happening in our section right now. But I would say, generally speaking, and I'll get more specifics, but generally it's, the opportunity to really bring people together across this dispute resolution community, which has so many different practitioners and different disciplines. We have, mediators, arbitrators, ombuds, advocates, academics, court ADR, judges. So really being able to bring people together to learn from one another and strengthen that shared practice. Serving as a leader now and now as chair. I've been a leader, in the section for many years, but serving now as chair also really gives me, quite frankly, a great platform to help do what I do, which is raise awareness of the ombuds and ombudsman roles and how it complements other disciplines. But if I may, I'd love to just share some specifics too, because I think, like I
Or
said, we have so much going on, so many initiatives underway. And so I'm excited about the Skills Summit coming up this spring. Day one is actually going to be a joint program with the International Ombuds Association. And so, in my mind, that's exactly the kind of collaboration that helps build bridges across our field and really happy and excited to help shepherd two of our resolutions to the House of Delegates at the mid-year meeting in San Antonio. And this is really important for visibility of our section as well as to help advance our standards of practice and what we do. And I just love the opportunity to showcase our committees. As you know, Danny, as a committee co-chair, we've been really focused on the committee programming this year and really, letting them do what they do well, which is, have programs and host meetings to bring their communities, their more individual communities together. And also the meetups. I don't want to forget the meetups. So that's something new that I'm excited about this year. We're hosting 4 in-person regional meetups to help people because it is predominantly a virtual year this year to give people a chance to meet in person. And lastly, I'll just say most recently, so excited about our Giving Day initiative. We're really trying to build a culture of philanthropy here at the section. And it was our 3rd year participating in Giving Day, and it was a great success. And we had more people involved. And it's really just great and reinforces how vibrant and forward thinking our community really is.
Well, and in fact, I believe a record-setting effort. Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you. It was. Yes.
Now, you describe this amazing breadth of efforts and a variety of people involved in the section. And I'm thinking of all the people who are thinking of how they might get involved, considering taking a leadership role in the section.
Mhm.
What would you say to them? What advice would you give
Mhm.
them?
I would say go for it. I don't think any of us are really ever ready to do this work, but I would say even if you don't feel completely ready to take on a role, be willing to just your willingness to listen and to learn and to bring others along with you and get people involved. Is really what it takes. And finding a role, and that I think an important part would be finding a role that aligns with something that genuinely interests you. So yeah, I would just say yes when opportunities come your way. For me, in my leadership experiences, some have been big, some have not been big, and what they've all taught me something about myself, right? They help me see like how do I show up? How do I collaborate with others? Where do I add the most value? And honestly, the relationships I built along the way on those journeys are really the best part of leadership or even being involved in a community like this. It's not really about the titles, but really about the connection, what you can contribute, and helping others. So that's what I would say.
So jump in, learn. It's an opportunity to learn about yourself and to help others. And now, one of the traditions that I love that you've created with this series in Good Company is, of course, you're starting often by asking people where they are, just that human connection at that level, and also closing with a question about what brings you joy or keeps you
Mhm.
grounded. I love that question, and I wanna ask you that same question outside of your professional life, Liz. What's something that brings you joy and keeps you grounded?
hmm And I feel like my answers are too long, but I have so many things I want to share. So thank you for the question. It is a fun question. And I'll start with my family, right? My family definitely helps keep me grounded. I have three children, and watching them grow up and become independent young adults is really one of the most rewarding parts of my life. I've enjoyed showing up to their events, and as you might imagine, Danny, with three kids, I've seen my range of events from, every sport you can probably think of, to theater and, music lessons, and now helping my oldest navigate college life. So
Mm.
that keeps me, I would say, grounded. Um, Maybe joyful, but I would say more on the joy side of the spectrum would be, I don't know if people know, I grew up on a horse and cattle farm. I spent a lot of time outside and around animals. And I think to this day, being outdoors, whether it's just going for a walk or being more active or just maybe sitting outside in the sunshine, really helps reset me. That brings me joy. But I love working out, love skiing, love being active, love being creative, writing, designing. I'm actually an organizer at heart. I love organizing things. So like give me a cupboard or a drawer. I love organizing it. And then travel. I love to travel and see new places. So those are many of the things that bring me joy outside of work.
So outdoors, travel, joy, organizing, and you have brought all of those and more to the section. And
Mhm.
I count myself among so many who have the honor and get to draw joy from your efforts, and we thank you for that. And personally, I thank you for this opportunity to be a guest in one of the many traditions that you've created in Good Company. This has been an interview with Liz Hill, chair of the ABA-DR section. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you, Danny. I appreciate you taking this on and giving me an opportunity to share a bit about me and my story. So thank you.